What is up, you guys? It's Curly and I'm back with another tutorial. Okay, I got y'all. I'm going to do a quick tutorial on how to use Relight, SRWE, and GShade to get the perfect videos, the perfect pictures, because listen, y'all Sims deserve to look this good. Okay, so this is an example of me using all three of those applications techniques together to get this scene, but I'm going to give y'all a tutorial on that really quickly. So in order to get that look, the first thing you're gonna need is GShade. This is the official URL up here at the top, and you can use Reshade if you want, but I use GShade. The second thing you're going to need is Relight and Immerse Relight. You're going to need regular Relight and Immerse. This is the official link. You can get it from here. Third thing is SRWE, which is Simple Runtime Window Editor. And I know it looks intimidating. You're like, girl, what am I supposed to do? SRWE, what you do is just click the zip file. You're going to click the most recent one when it says latest. Click zip and it'll download, and you just unzip the file and download it like you do any other application. Okay, so this isn't a GShade installation video, so I'm not going to go through that. But if you need a video on how to do that, there's several of them on YouTube. But we're going to get straight into how to set up a scene like this and take the pictures. So this is my sim. I'm just going to pause my game right here so that it's not moving. This is my game, and then when I get out of it, you see like, girl, you see all those filters, right? Is what I use Orchiona's Mahogany GShade. These are some of my favorites. Let me move this over. Right here, I use Orchiona Mahogany, Lady Chaos Supernova, Snowlight, which is my own GShade. If you want that, click the link in bio for the Patreon, and then Neutre by Neuworld. So right now I'm using Mahogany, so I'm going to keep that one on. I'm going to take off my GShade so you can see how GShade looks, or the game looks without GShade. This is my game without GShade. Looks pretty dull and boring. With GShade, I'm gonna turn off Relight just so it makes more sense to y'all. Without Relight, this is how the GShade will look. And then with Relight is very dependent on how you style it in a specific position, so it might not look right in one position, but as you see, if I go back to that same position that I did, it looks right. But if I move it over here or something like that, it looks weird. So yeah, that's basically that. So in order to use SRWE and Relight, so I'm going to open up SRWE. I'm gonna run as administrator. I always do that for some reason. I just feel like that's better to do. I don't know if it changes anything, but that's what I do. And this is how it will look. Make sure you go to your options menu, game options, and open your game in windowed mode. That is very important. Once you're in windowed mode, you want to open up SRWE again and select running application, and The Sims 4, you want to find The Sims 4. Now, if you don't have a powerful PC, I would start with 3000, maybe about 3000 in the width and height side, and go up depending on how much your PC can handle. Okay, I'm gonna explain the buttons on SRWE. Remove borders is just to remove the borders at the top and the bottom if you don't want them there. Just for aesthetic purposes, it doesn't change the outlook of your actual picture. Fake full screen is just a fake full screen, the same thing, taking off the border. And taskbar mode, this is a very important button because you will have to click taskbar mode in order to get back out the zoomed in picture, which will make sense in a second. We have this open. Okay, that's good. We're gonna move this out the way because we don't need this. So next is setting up the shot or the picture. So let's say this is the shot I want to get. So when you do your width and height on SRWE, it's depending on how you want it. Okay, so usually for like a rough 16 by 9, which is a landscape photo, you can do like 4000 by 2000 or 5000 by 3000, but basically you want the width and height to be at least 2000 pixels apart. So I'm gonna do 4000 by 4000. Draw an imaginary box around your sim and put your sim in the middle, basically. So let's say this is how I want it. I want it a little bit higher, and then I want it, looks like she's looking onto the side a little bit, so I want it a little bit more zoomed in. Just basically just trying to get your shot how you want it. Okay, I think that's pretty good right here. Okay, the next thing you're gonna do is open your GShade menu, right? And this is the part that a lot of people get confused about or scared about. Also, I turned on ADOF, which is depth of field. You don't have to turn it on, but I think it looks better just to blur out the back sometimes. Sometimes it's not, sometimes it is. So I do it one by one. So first is Immerse. Immerse is more like of a, I don't know how to explain it, but like if you want to make it look like it's like the sun shining or the moon shining on your sim, you would use Immerse. Make sure you when you scroll down to your GShade settings, let me not do that. For your GShade settings, make sure light overlay is on show while GUI is open, because some people have it on disable and they're like, I can't find the little dots. I don't know where the dots are. It's easier to just have it open like this so you can see where the dots are. Okay, so first I'm going to move this here. So you remember how this shot is set up. The window is here, and then there's lights from over here in the bakery. That's what I try to think of when I'm setting up my lights, is how the actual shot, even though the person who's looking at this picture cannot see the outside of just this square here, I can. So I just try to make it make sense that way. And then I'm going to open Quint Relight, which is like the colors. So this one is blue. I usually always do blue and pink for my pictures. I just think it's like a good balance of colors. But if you don't like that, then you can always just change the colors. You'll just click the tint and then change the color. So now we're gonna go back to a simple runtime window editor, SRWE for short, and I'm going to do 4000 by 4000. Like I said, you might want to start with 3000 by 3000 depending on your system. If your computer sounds like it's had to take off, don't go any higher than 3000 by 3000. And what you're gonna do is click set. So when I set this, it is gonna zoom in. I don't know if you're gonna be able to tell. Let me see. I can't tell if y'all are able to tell because my OBS is blocked on my other monitor, but this will happen. This is normal. You'll be fine. So when it does that, do not click anything, let it set. You'll be able to tell like the blur is setting, your immerse relight, like the little dots are getting smaller and smaller. Just wait for that to happen. And what I do, I click the top up here where it says The Sims 4, the little white bar. I'll click that just so I know I'm on my game, but I don't want to click into my game because sometimes if you click into your game, you'll end up moving the shot and you don't want to do that. So I click the bar at the top, and once I see that it has set, then I would start taking pictures. So whatever button you have set up to take screenshots with GShade, make sure you click that. So mine is F1. I would click that and boom. I don't know if y'all can hear that because I think I have my my audio from my computer off. I heard the sound. Okay. So then you're going to open back up SRWE and I'm gonna click taskbar mode. And what that does, as you see, it makes it back to where it's just regular game. Okay. It's not zoomed in or anything. Now I'm going to check my pictures, public pictures. We have this picture, but this is how you take pictures. I think it's worth it, but yeah, that is a quick tutorial on that. So yeah, I hope you guys like this. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comments below and I will see you guys later. Bye.